know how off I actually am if it's Thursday already and claiming full moon, because that was actually on Tuesday, but it's very close to the full moon out of the 28-day cycle. The point of that being, well, that's why this jar isn't completely full of the white monoatomic silver, but still is producing a decent amount. You can see it's pretty cloudy, especially at the top. I actually uploaded a couple of shorts before we went live, showing myself harvesting the top layer of this monoatomic silver. And all that is two, actually it's four silver coins, two 2-ounce and two 1-ounce coins. So 2 coins per electrode, one obviously attached to the positive, the other the negative, and it's just a 5-volt USB plug-in that I have charging it, that I just snipped the end off of. Red wire your anode, black wire your cathode, and that it's this pure white, despite the orange paper in the background. Maybe I'll take that out, see if it's looks better. Not sure. Might be able to see the monoatomics a little bit more. I don't know. Is that better or worse?
It's better.
Yeah, actually, I think that is better. You can see the cloud a little bit more. Now, what if I take this light out? Better or worse? Yeah. Don't put that. All right. But yes. So that is the process of making it. The jar on the left there, that is gray and blue, that is, I am making the monoatomic aluminum and copper in that reaction. And in this reaction here, it is zinc and copper that is happening, as well as a lot of atomic hydrogen also being produced out of these electrolysis experiments. And that with only 5 volts going in, it's not a lot of electricity. And I'll move the camera up here for a second just to show how much it's actually producing. It's pretty wild.
Oh, this is super fascinating. The fact that you're getting this off of such low power source is really interesting.
Yeah, it's quite thick aluminum monoatomic, this layer, and then this, it's still water, but you should be able to see the bubbling up if it will focus.
Just kick it; it'll work.
No, I might have to.
Oh, there it is. Okay, now we can see it.
Starting to go.
Oh, I see the bubbling on the left there. Interesting. All right.
Yeah.
Again.
Right. Darn crappy internet connection.
So curious, what would be the end result of this? Where does the experiment lead to?
Making our own vehicles that are powered by, well, water.
Okay.
Right? What could be better than that? Just the Stanley Meyer.
Geet energy drive, right?
Exactly, right? There's been so many of them, and they claim to debunk them, but no, it's real, and here it is. And it's, you can see like the stream of bubbles coming off the bottom left there, of that jar, and that
frozen right now, but yeah, otherwise it was bubbling earlier. There we go.
Maybe I can switch the camera to the other computer here and get a better
you can see it fades in and out, but yeah, you can definitely see it.
All right.
Wow.
Yeah. So
Alchemy.
that's real alchemy in the
Real
alchemy lab
alchemy.
and real science as
A
well.
word that comes from ancient Chem, Alchem, the land of the black soil.
Right? And it's like the black soil is fascinating.
This is
Have they done
I
chemical
want to
tests?
think, you know, they always talk about the Nile overflowing and creating this alluvian black soil from all the silt. But then you go into the Amazon and they're making this terra preta, which is their own alchemical soil, and it's just compounded on top of compounded. It's got like biochar and all sorts of things in it, but we haven't quite figured out how to make this, but it replenishes itself. And so it's interesting that we can build these soil groups. You can build these amazing science projects here. That's much crisper. So, what is causing the bubbling? Is that
That
the
is the negative current, the cathode charge, the electrolysis process splitting the water molecules, and that is hydrogen bubbling up off the cathode, and then there's oxygen that
interesting?
bubbles up off of the anode side as well.
Interesting.
Yeah, you
This
can
reminds
really.
me of like an ionic foot bath. So you put your feet in the water, you add salt to it to a certain um,
Yep.
balance of salt in the water, and then you throw your electrode in the water, and you have another one around your wrist, and this creates the circuit through you, the water, and the salt, and it just starts pulling all this stuff out of your feet, out of your
That,
system. It's pretty impressive. I don't know if you've ever done a
that's
foot
one and
bath
the same
before.
right there.
Yeah.
That's electrolysis on yourself, and
Yeah.
yeah, right. I haven't. I need to. Actually, no, I think I have done like in a little foot, like it was like a cheap one, but like it's something I definitely want to experiment with more myself. And it's like people are always like, do you get shocked and stuff? It's like I touch
No, I
the
mean,
bottom all
it
the time.
depends. Men put the wrist one on one arm, and women are supposed to put it on the opposite arm. It does create like a little buzziness that you feel, but not really. And yeah, it goes for 30 minutes. We're not giving any medical advice here, of course. It
Never
goes for
ever.
30 minutes, and it jumps from positive to negative and then back to positive. So it does like a 10-minute cycle, a 10-minute cycle, and a 10-minute cycle. And a lot of what it pulls out of you is liver and iron, and then mucus is usually the other one that you see a lot of, which is comes as like this white froth on the surface, which looks kind of like what you're doing here.
Well, they're both electrolysis, so makes sense. Now that's a horrible angle. Let's see what
There's critters on the beach. But yeah, no, ionic foot baths are amazing. Highly recommended for sure.
So you can see all of the ORMUS as well as the atomic hydrogen coming up in there. I guess that kind of was the best angle. No, no. This doesn't want. Not today. Not today. All right. Well, maybe if I move the camera. And also show mung beans in a good old grandma's mung bean jar. Now the point of this focus. No, it's too great. I can't get the right angle of the bubbling, but there's several coils here all hooked up, and that they're all producing vast amounts of hydrogen there.
Hmm.
Good enough for now.
So yeah, I just also got back from LA, which was kind of awesome. Went down there for Alien event, Alchemy event, AI Expo, and Biomed Expo. And always these things are really awesome to go to network. I get to meet a lot of like-minded people, you know, kind of find my seeds, my family, and yeah, everybody goes back to their little neck of the woods, and we all stay in touch, and then the community just keeps growing and growing. And
That's
so
good, right?
this year I was supposed to have 3 lectures. My first lecture on the Dropa sadly got overbooked with another lecture. There was a couple of mishaps like this that happened, but all in all, I at least got to do 2 of my lectures, and so I did the magic of symbols, and I
Nice.
did my Egypt lecture, the introduction to Egypt and the ancient land of Chem, and so it was super cool getting to do that and getting to hang out. I got to hang out with Walter Bosley. That was pretty amazing. He showed
Nice.
up. He showed up with Maria, and yeah, no, it was really amazing. Yeah, looking forward to picking up and chatting with them again, because we had some great conversations.
For
But,
sure.
yeah, that's what's been going on with me. Like I said, I've got this thing coming up in July through the Promised Revealed. I'm going to be doing a workshop on ancient chemet, basically, teaching a little bit about chematology. I'm going to find what the date is on this. Where is it? Oh, yeah. So it's July 18th to the 21st at
Ooh,
Mount Shasta. So should be pretty
the
fun. Never
day
been to
after
Shasta.
my birthday.
Really? Oh, wow. Okay. Awesome. Well, better get on a plane and come down. No, just kidding.
Hopefully, that's the dream. If not this year, next year we'll have to make it an annual thing.
Yeah, I've never been to Shasta, so I'm really excited to go to this, and it's going to be pretty fun. There's a lot of people coming. Brad Olson hooked me up with Rob, so thank you, Brad, if you're out there listening. He's like, "Oh, you'd enjoy doing one of these summer events at Shasta," and so he got me in touch with Rob, and now
That's
I'm on the panel with them, so it's amazing.
epic. That's
Yeah.
super awesome. Here I've just got a couple pictures illustrating the self-organization of the monoatomics, the ORMUS here, and how it always forms the swirls, the spirals.
It's like a double spiral there almost.
Yeah, here, yeah, double there, 100%. There's a couple
Interesting.
more. Here, this is showing the sulfuric state, the yellow sulfur state of alchemy, and that when you do a certain charge, the double positive, I believe, creates the yellow, the sulfur, and just all the ORMUS instantly turns yellow. This, you can kind of see the spirals in it. This is just copper ORMUS and the self-organization of it. Here you have just a straight triple copper solenoid coil that was on the anode side eroding away, but that it always forms this half blue, half red, this electromagnetic oxidization magnetic reaction field. Quite strange.
Why is that?
I'm
Is it the
not
same?
sure.
Is it the same charge going through it, or?
Yeah, oh yeah, the exact same charge. That it's only this is one full anode.
Interesting.
Right? So yeah, it's very strange how it does that. And as far as I'm aware, I'm like one of the only that have done that. Here we have just a silver 1 ounce coin and a couple of gold chain pieces, and then a couple of insulated copper wires connecting them. No charge going to them whatsoever. And you can see the monoatomic gold here flowing from the gold
in that spiral
around
again.
the copper.
Wow.
Yeah, exactly. The self-organization of ORMUS. This one shows quite the exclusion zone of the ORMUS at the bottom, and then some at the top with the hydrogen there, and that's tungsten ORMUS.
Huh.
And that one, this that was copper that grew into these green, crazy, weird nanotubes.
That is
So
really
strange,
interesting. Yeah.
right?
Wow.
Like that's a triple copper coil right here, and the triple copper.
So imagine if you could grow structures like that.
Oh, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like this is key aspects of the nanotechnology and the metamaterials.
Hmm.
Here we have a copper coin, 1 ounce pure copper coin anode eroding down into both the monoatomic white as well as the copper colored nanostructure of it. Couple reactions, bunch of coils are made. And these are Keshi plasma coils, essentially, that I learned and experimented this with. And I've got an interview with Mehran Keshi coming up May 15th.
Oh
And here
wow.
as well, you can see the half
The
blue,
red,
half
the red
red
and half blue. Yeah.
again
So
on the
that's such bizarre. Why is it doing that?
right. And here you have the bubbles completely covered and stuck to the copper anode at this point, and they're not moving. They're just like held in place. It's very, very strange. And here's another one with the exact same situation, just smaller bubbles. Blue oxidization. Oh, and on this one as well, you can see the half red, half blue on it. That it formed.
Well, the blue looks like what copper does when it oxidizes, right? It kind of
Yeah,
has that greenish.
exactly.
But then the red is like a whole nother process going on as well.
Yeah, it's either more oxygen or hydrogen also bonding into it. Here we have another spiral that formed on the top of this is monoatomic silver I left out overnight on a full moon, and it did that spiral.
Interesting.
Red, blue. And the green when it first comes out and is oxidizing into the air. Very strange. Megagrav circuit connection. Going into that with Mehran Kesh.
What about toxicity? Is there, any?
Oh yeah, no, this stuff is highly toxic.
Imagine.
Anything oxidized, you will get heavy metal poisoning from. Don't recommend touching it. I always wear gloves when handling this stuff. And here again, you can see the double swirls of the self-organization happening there.
And that's from the current, right?
Yeah.
So we have this fluidic electricity as well. That's really interesting.
Yeah, so that's that little gallery. Now, what else did I have to share?
There's something on the wing.
Always. Always. Wrong folder. Here we go. There we go. It's going to cover a bit of the Alberta